Again, good evening, and please be seated, members. That is the official retirement card from my wife on display here. This is, of course, to ensure that I do go. It is on display for all to admire. Okay, members. Well, we have some new members, so I'm going to welcome them. But it would be nice if they stood up as we call their name, so we could see who we're all going to clap. And that's Rachel Burgess Norris. You did well there on the tachometer, Rachel. That's an 8 out of 10. Jenny Chang from South Lake. Carl Doran of Bournemouth. And a return of the world famous Guy Glanton. And another return. It's been absent for a few years, but it is. It's good to see you back, David. There he is. He's always in yellow. We've almost been opposition benches, but I think we've always had a good relationship, David. Is that fair?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, come on, a bit more than things.
Oh, yes.
Graham Howell from Remenham. Helen Power from Everlands. And indeed my own successor in Finch Hampstead North, Daniel Sargent. Members, welcome. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have for 16 years. Most of it. Opportunity for Rob to present a preview of his year. In other words, I can now speak to you for the last time. So I have prepared a speech, and here goes. Members, as is my usual practice, I will be brief. I'll say it again. I will be brief. And take this opportunity to bring to a close my mayoral year and 16 years as an elected council member of Finch Hampstead North. My own decision to stand down was not taken lightly, but was based around a health issue 3 years ago, known as cancer, which I was lucky to recover from. I am in fact only here, courtesy of Royal Berks Hospital and my wife Maureen. Clearly the key reason I decided to devote my charity events to cancer aftercare this year. Excuse me. First elected to this council in 2002, much has changed here. The people, members have come and gone, some willingly, some not. The traffic has increased outside, and I've got 16 years older, although I know you've never recognised it. I remember when elected thinking what I could do to improve Wokingham. and I hope I can say I made a little difference. This is tough. Having conducted many roles here, and always, as they say, in the thick of it, there are far too many to mention. But one I will mention. Don't worry about the 3 sheets, it's all in big print, so I can see it. The last one was as the Borough Mayor. The role of the borough's first citizen is indeed a great honour. Has the duty to chair the main council meeting, which is what I'm doing as we speak, represent the council to the public, and very importantly, support the all-important charity sector. They are the hidden army, and we all need to support them as much as we can when they do a fine job for those perhaps less fortunate than the people in this room. I have had fantastic support from many groups, none more so than the local Sikh community, who have raised thousands of pounds for the Royal Berks Hospital charity on my behalf. And I know that's been led by Parry Bath. I hope Parry's there. Fantastic effort. My decision to hold a mayoral ball was a brave decision. Some thought it foolish, but it paid a handsome reward with an excess of £9,000 raised for cancer care. And I thank every single one of you who contributed so much to that. Yet another great part of the role is to confirm people as British citizens in a very professional ceremony conducted every single month. In total, I've overseen 270 people become British citizens in my year. And that's one of the greatest and nicest parts of the job. You will enjoy that, John. As long as they go for you. And lastly, my vote of thanks to all those who have supported me so well. That is a very long list, and I won't read them all out. But I must mention just a couple of people who have been fantastic. My deputy, John Kaiser, who has done an excellent job and always been there when I needed him. Thank you, John. Fantastic. My beloved consort, Maureen, who came every step of the way with me, day after day, night after night, Sunday after Sunday, and never complained, and always delighted the crowds with her own style. Absolutely brilliant. I wish you good luck. Thanks once again. Thank you. Very generous. Thank you all so very much. I have great memories of you. As ever, I've missed something out though. You'd expect nothing less, would you? And it's a presentation of some flowers. So, can I... Who's got flowers? You got flowers? I thought I'd left them in Tesco's. Who do I say I'm giving them to? Well, I'm going to give them first of all to Lorraine, who's given me a lot of support. And Lorraine, come on. Oh, this is beautiful, isn't it? I've chosen your personal pet. I'm going to make you cry. We'll just now that go. I am smiling. Thank you very much. Thank you. tells you to smile at me, and even when I am. Right, and I have another little gift, and that is for my consort. And that's Maureen. So Maureen, the love of my life. You get another kiss. That's Dine Billy. Oh, I've got it coming. Well, smile.
Smile.
Give it a squeeze though. Never has it let it squeeze.
Thank you, Stuart. And by the way, Stuart, thank you for all you've done. You've been everything, and you've been fantastic, and you've always made me smile. Thank you. Turn on your flowers for me, darling. Get back to work now. I've got to mention Graham Evans. Graham and I were always known as the B team, weren't we, Graham?
Still are, right?
And we used to find ourselves thrust into situations when David Lee and Andy Coldick were unavailable, which was quite often, particularly after on an LGA conference where they'd been to the pub the night before. We did a sterling job, didn't we, Graham? Well, at least I did. Okay, it gives me great pleasure now to ask for nominations for Mayor for the municipal year 2018/19. So do we have any nominations for Mayor from the Chairman? Something like that, I don't know what's going to stand. Right, do now. Stay on.
This is where I was waiting for your signal, but yes, I'd like to propose that John Kaiser be our mayor, because I believe John has some wonderful qualities that I'd like to share with you tonight. He is very well respected within this council chamber, and I'm sure you'll all agree. He's a very decent man and of great integrity and honesty. He's a wonderful networker within all the communities. He's very much a communities champion and respects all communities and appreciates diversity and inclusion. He has a very calm and cool temperament. And he has a very statesman-like appearance and mannerism that will go down well with his new role as borough mayor. Taking into account the above wonderful qualities and the fact that I admire and respect John as a friend and a colleague, I have no hesitation in proposing John Kaiser as our borough mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Parry. Do you have a seconder? We have one. Charlotte, would you like to speak now?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. John and his wife Jill here tonight are well respected in our borough, and they have lived here indeed for 30 years, bringing up their family, playing an active role in the local church and voluntary sector. John has been a member of this council for 7 years, serving on the executive for highways and planning, contributing to many significant projects right across the council, and so ably supporting Rob himself when you were mayor last year. So it is with very great pleasure that I stand here tonight to second Councillor John Kaiser's nomination for mayor.
Thank you very much, Charlotte. Are there any other nominations? Thank goodness for that. In that case, would those in favour of John Kaiser to be borough mayor for the municipal year 2018-19, please show. Thank you, members. That is a majority. Therefore, Councillor John Kaiser is elected as Mayor of Wokingham Borough Council for the new municipal year. Well done, John. Yeah. So it's goodbye from me. Chelsea! You won the cup.
Good evening. I, John Kaiser, having been elected to the office of Mayor of Wokingham Borough Council, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it accordingly to the best of my judgment and abilities. Thank you. Be seated, members. Thank you very much for electing me to this. Let's make sure the paperwork's done properly. I don't want to view from. That's for later. Let me start by welcoming all the new councillors. And being a councillor myself, I can assure you there is no higher purpose than serving the residents. This means giving clear guidance to staff of the council and ensuring the correct governance and constitution is in place to ensure quality services are delivered to the public. Meeting not just the needs of the council, but also the needs of the people of Wokingham. During my time as Deputy Mayor, I've learnt that the role of Mayor is unlike any other role you're likely to encounter while serving as a councillor. One minute you can be opening a multi-million-pound construction project, and next awarding the prizes at a local school, or even helping a resident celebrate their 100th birthday. I've been at the sharp end of politics, and during my time with the council, sometimes it's easy to lose sight of the important things which are life-enhancing for the vulnerable in our community. The events I have attended while deputising for the past mayor have made me feel proud to be part of the council, and where others have made me feel very humble, having seen the effort put in by council employees and the many volunteers who ensure nobody gets left out, and as many people as possible get to share in the good things Wokingham provides. I'm amazed at the diversity and how inclusive activities are in Woodley, Earley and all the other towns and villages which I visited during my year as deputy, all which go to make Wokingham Borough a great place to live. It is a role which allows you to reflect on and appreciate all the excellent services provided for the community by the council and the many charities and organisations around the borough. My wife and I have lived in the borough for nearly 30 years, and I have 3 children. All have been educated in the borough's schools. I feel that is a debt which is impossible for me to repay. And as such, I'm extremely honoured to be chosen to serve the borough as a mayor. It goes without saying, I will conduct the office in a fair and respectful manner, abiding by the rules and ensuring all the others in the chamber do likewise. As mayor, I will also carry out the duties involved to the best of my abilities and always show the council in the best possible light, reflecting the efforts of all members and all those associated with the council, but most importantly, representing all the people of Wokingham Borough. On one separate note, I just would like to say the last 12 months we've seen 2 terrible disasters, a bomb in Manchester and a fire in London, which took the life of 93 people and changed the lives of many more forever. All were just going about their normal day-to-day activities, and I'm sure I speak for everybody here tonight when I say our thoughts are with them. At this point, I'd also like to speak about my charity, if I may. I was going to do it at the Mayor's announcements, but I think it's a good idea to do it while the guests are here. Being included and having an active role in their local community is a key part of the child's development, but sadly, children with disabilities are regularly excluded from play and leisure facilities. Mainstream groups are often unable to include children with additional needs due to anxiety, lack of knowledge, inexperience or lack of manpower. Studies have shown that leisure activities build confidence, provide social opportunities, and without these chances to play and to be active, there is an increase of antisocial behaviour and mental health problems. Many disabled children and young people say that leisure and play after school, in the holidays and at weekends is the most important missing element in their lives. And that is why I have chosen the Me Too Club, based in Woodley, as my charity for the year. The Me Too Club are in their 15th year and are passionate about preventing exclusion and isolation by giving children and young people who have additional needs the opportunity to socialise and interact with their mainstream peers. This is made possible by recruiting, training, screening and supporting volunteers, often young people themselves. Volunteers are carefully matched to provide one-to-one support or where needed, two-to-one support, enabling children disadvantaged by an additional need or disability to attend weekly mainstream activities of their choice. They support children in over 20 different mainstream leisure activities, incling scouts, brownies, swimming, gymnastics, drama, football, ice skating and many more. Through ongoing training, advice and guidance from their highly skilled staff, they can provide the best support for their matched child and make a positive contribution to their local community. As such, I look forward to your support for the Me Too Club. Thank you very much. We now move on to the appointment of the Deputy Mayor for the municipal year 2018-2019. I'm supposed to ask for a nomination, but I am going to nominate Bill Soane. And I'm asking if there is somebody who would second me on that. Chris Smith? Would you like to speak now, Chris?
Unless you would like to speak first, sir.
Well, I've known Bill for 3 years, I think it is now, and he's always struck me as being a very, very solid person. I've worked with him on the planning committee, and I've got every confidence that he will do the job, this job, and the next job, hopefully, very well. So I'm going to say that's why I'm nominating Bill.
For me, it is my pleasure to nominate my friend and colleague Bill Soane as our Deputy Mayor. He has already been Town Mayor of Woodley, representing part of this borough, and was a fine first citizen for that small area, so I think he will be an excellent job as Deputy Mayor across the wider borough. He has strong community links. He was organiser and chairman has 2 separate roles at the Woodley Carnival for over 25 years. And he's also been past president of local Rotary clubs. He has very strong community links. He's lived in Wokingham for many, many years and has run his own business here. And I'll also say on a personal note, he has always been a good friend and has always provided me with very wise advice. I think he'll be a great representative of all of us, and it is my absolute pleasure to nominate him.
Thank you, Chris. Is there any further nominations in the chamber? Can I put this to the vote? All those in favour? Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to announce that Councillor Bill Soane be elected as Deputy Mayor of Wokingham Borough Council for the 2018-19 municipal year.
I, Bill Soane, having been elected to the office of the Deputy Mayor of Wokingham Borough Council, declare that I take this office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability.
Eric, can I please ask you up so I can give you the award? Just before was overcome with losing Robert, I forgot to thank him for his year. But I think everybody will join me thanking him for his service that he's given this council. And he had a pretty tough year last year, I mean, with illness and so on and so forth. But he did a sterling job and represented all of us extremely well. Rob, I'm going to have to ask you to come up again, so we don't get to sit there. I'm going to drop off. There's a card. Thank you very much. And here's your badge. Pass Mayor's badge. Ah! Okay, you can wear that. Never miss an opportunity, guys.
One last smile.
Looks like you can with it.
There's your card, your retirement card, and here's your scratch to remind you of all the great things that you did over the years.
Isn't it? Thank you so much. Was me then? Thank you, John.
Thank you. I had to present the chain to my wife, or I'm going to be a bit lonely, aren't I? Jill, thank you very much for your support in the last year and the last 30, I can't remember, sorry about that. 37. There we are. Deputy Mayor for the year 2000. That's it. Would you like to say a word, Phil? Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, members and guests. I would like to thank this council for electing me to the role of Deputy Mayor. For me, this is a great honour and one that I will carry out to the very best of my ability. I am proud to serve alongside Mayor John Kaiser and can assure him of my full support in the forthcoming year, especially with his chosen charity, and that's not just because it's a Woodley-based charity, I might add. My family and I moved to Woodley in 1983 and immediately became aware of all that was good about the borough, or the district as it was then, of Wokingham, which is consistently voted one of the best places to live and bring up children. And for that reason I will find no difficulty in singing the praises of Wokingham as a great place to live and to do business. Having served as Mayor of Woodley in 2013, I realised that this is not only a position to be proud to hold, but it is also a position to be enjoyed, and I look forward to my year as your Deputy Mayor. And I know that Hilary feels the same as me and will support me in my year as Deputy Mayor as she did as Mayoress of Woodley. I will relate a conversation that Hilary and I had when I was elected to Mayor of Woodley, and one which you may have heard me say before. I asked her if in her wildest dreams she ever believed I would become Mayor of Woodley, and she thought for a while before answering that she couldn't remember me featuring in any of her wildest dreams. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we're now moving on to the substantive business of the council, and if the guests would like to leave, by all means, leave by that door and let out by Lorraine. Okay, members, we'll start now. Have you any apologies for this evening?
Yes, Mayor. Apologies from the following councillors: Kate Haynes, Mike Haynes, John Halsall, Emma Hobbs, Philip Holsworth, Angus Ross and Shirley Lewis.
Thank you. Can I ask members if there is agreement to the minutes of the last meeting?
So, Mr. Mayor, there is an omission. I should turn page 11. Point 85 and point 85.1. Between these, the omission concerns my point about misdirection of supplementary questions that have been taking place over a number of years, and for this not to take place because it's contrary to the Constitution. I'm sure you're not going to do it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Fitter, I'm told that they will sort it out for you and it will reflect what you said. Are there any other points? Okay, so I will sign those minutes. Right, declarations of interest. Are any declarations of interest? No? Okay, we move on to public question time. We have 30 minutes and supplementary questions will be allowed. I would like to invite Peter Dennis to ask his question.
This is to the Executive Mayor of the Environment. At the junction of Kennington Avon Canal and the River Thames, there are lots of moored boats and plenty of tents, or there were plenty of tents. The residents of said boats are having fires, dumping plenty of rubbish, and indeed appear to be stripping wiring, leaving the plastic shielding on the ground. In turn, this presents a health hazard for the wildlife, plenty of birds around there, a hazard for pedestrians with rubbish encroaching on the pavement, and cyclists using the pavement. What do the council plan to do to address this situation?
And who will be answering?
Thank you very much for your question. We are aware of the issues in this location, and officers have been working across the council to address them. The issues include potential homelessness, fly tipping, litter, general antisocial behaviour. Officers have also been working to ensure that the public right-of-way along the towpath is not obstructed. The majority of the reports to the council have concerned fly tipping, and we've been in correspondence with Reading University, who own the vast majority of the land. As landowner, the university is responsible for addressing fly tipping and has carried out their own clearances. The council has also continued to attend and clear waste where appropriate on our land and properties. In relation to the cable stripping and the resultant waste, the council has not previously been made aware of this and will revisit the site to assess the issue and any environmental impact.
Mr Dennis, do you have a supplementary question?
I'd just like to thank you for the reply with regards to the wire strip on the actual university. You've done a